Thank you for joining me on the journey. This is Completed Christianity. So welcome back. Another episode of Being Complete. And today is Shabbat, our validation of the law commentary, and should have some alternate day content coming up here really quick. And so take a look, watch out for that. And so today we're going on our study in the book of Romans, and as we've talked before in the book of Romans, it's really the most legalistic book that we've got, the most legalistic book that Paul has given us. And so in this legalistic book that he's given us, it's all about the law. It's all about matters of the law and keeping the law, and our relationship to the law. But it's very difficult because of the way we've been taught. It's very difficult for us to sort out this book and to understand. And in this, we're unpacking that. And so today we're going to talk about favor. And we're going to begin with the book of Romans chapter 4. So, what shall we say then? That Abraham our father hath found concerning the flesh. So this is going on from the end of chapter 3, where he says that, do we void the law through faith? Let it not be. We establish the law through faith. And that is what Abraham did. And so here in Genesis 26, where it's talking about, where Yahweh's talking to Isaac, and then he talks about that he says in verse 3 here, at the end of verse 3, and I shall establish the oath which I swore to Abraham your father, and I shall increase your seed like the stars of heavens, and I shall give these lands to your seed, and in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be favored, because Abraham obeyed my voice and guarded my charge, my commands, my laws, and my Torot, or statutes, additional laws. And so these, in this, Abraham, he believed the Father would perform what he said. So Abraham did everything that the Father said to do. And so this is what's going on here. It says, what then shall we say Abraham our father has to have found according to the flesh? If he is declared right by works, he has ground for boasting, but not before the Mighty One. For what does the Scripture say? Abraham believed the Mighty One, and it was reckoned to him for righteousness. So it was reckoned to him for righteousness because he believed. So because he believed, he did what the Father said. He did the Father's ways. He did the Father's law. Because he had faith. But it was that faith, not the things that he did, it was that faith to believe in that the Father would do the things that he said he would do, that Yahweh would do those things. So he believed that. So because he believed it, he did everything that Yahweh said to do. But today we have that disconnect. We say we believe, but then we don't do. We say we believe, and that's the reason we don't have to do. And so this is the device and the trick of the enemy to come in and cause this division that divides us from the fullness of the Father. And to him who is working, the reward is not reckoned as a favor, but as a debt. And so if because you keep the law you're saved, now because you did that, now he owes you salvation. Not that you have it by his favor, by his grace. So it's not by working that you get there. It's by believing in what he said and believing in his ability to justify us through the blood of Messiah. And to him who is not working, but believes on him who is declaring right the wicked, his belief is reckoned as righteousness. So this belief, it reckons for righteousness. So it's because we believe that he is faithful, that he is just, that he is able to do what he said he would do. That's why. That's why we can have salvation. That's how we can be justified. But beyond that, we work out that salvation with fear and trembling by doing everything he says to do. Favored are those, even as David also says, of the blessedness of the man whom the mighty one reckons righteousness without works. Favored are those whose lawlessnesses are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Favored is the man to whom Yahweh shall by no means reckon sin. Is this favor then upon the circumcised only, or also upon the uncircumcised? For we affirm, belief, faith was reckoned unto Abraham for righteousness. So the belief produces the righteousness, not the work. How then was it reckoned? Being in circumcision or in uncircumcision? Not in circumcision, but in uncircumcision. So now we kick back into this very legalistic and in our modern brains confusing circumcision's talk. So how then was it reckoned? Being in circumcision or in uncircumcision? Not in circumcision, but in uncircumcision. So when Abraham, when he believed, he was still uncircumcised. And then later he became circumcised after this righteousness was imparted to him. So, and he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of belief while in uncircumcision, for him to be a father of all those believing through uncircumcision, for righteousness to be reckoned to them also. So those who are in circumcision, if they believe, then righteousness can be reckoned to them. Those in uncircumcision, if they believe, then righteousness can be reckoned to them. And the father of circumcision to those who not only are of the circumcision, but who also walk in the steps of belief, which our father Abraham had in uncircumcision. Just as it just said. So those of the circumcision, okay, they will also walk in the steps of belief, just like Abraham had in uncircumcision. Then they're going to have this favor. They're going to have this favor that was given to Abraham. For if those who are of the Torah are heirs, belief has been made useless, and the promise has been nullified. So right here, it says that the law is not good enough to get you there. You got to have faith in him. Have faith that he is able to justify you through the blood of Messiah. Okay. For if those who are of the Torah are heirs, belief has been made useless, and the promise has been nullified. For the Torah works out wrath, For where there is no Torah, there is no transgression. And so the Geneva, it words this, verse 15 here, let's see. For the law causes wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression. So for us to be saved, we have to have the law. And if you take away from the law, then you take away the magnitude of what he's done for us. You take away the magnitude of his suffering. So don't take away, because it says not to in the word. It says not to add to or take away from what he has commanded. Okay? For there is no Torah. For where there is no Torah, there's no transgression. So we got to have this law to have sin. Okay? Transgression is breaking the law. 1 John 3:5. For sin is transgression of the law. So for favor, the favor of Abraham, the favor to come upon us all, we need this favor. We need transgression. We need the law. The law is our pathway to getting to the grace and favor of the Father. The law is the first necessary step. We have to come through that so that we need that favor. And that when we need that favor, that we believe in him, and that the blood of Messiah can be imparted to our lives, and that we can be justified in that. We can be justified in the blood of Messiah and be made right. Psalm 89:34. My covenant I will not break, nor alter the word that has gone out of my lips. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Comment down below. Comments of opposition are welcome. Just don't say anything dumb like we're not under the law or the grace, because you've been taught to use that verse outside of the bounds of its intended context. Subscribe now. Smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you get notifications of all future videos.